In the West, we tend to take certain things for granted. Democracy, the rule of law, and human rights, for instance. But these things need to be nurtured and helped to grow. The European Union and the Council of Europe are working under a Programmatic Cooperation Framework programme, the PCF, with the 6 countries of the Eastern Partnership to implement domestic reforms in human rights protection, justice, anti-corruption, media and the internet, as well as democracy.
We have trained, for example, over 17,000 people in domestic election observation. Elections are also one of the areas we are working in. So there is a lot of things going on, and many of them are really directly impacting the lives of people.
In 18 months, the Council of Europe has implemented more than 600 activities in the 6 countries, including constitutional reform in Ukraine and Armenia, strengthening the protection of human rights in Azerbaijan, Georgia and Moldova, fighting against corruption, improving the freedom and independence of media and promoting local democracy. The programme will run for 3 years, 2015 to 2017, and includes 41 projects which promote reforms within the 6 countries. One way justice is being improved in Ukraine is through changing the way that judges are trained on human rights.
Співпраця з цим проектом відбувається в напрямку розробки і запровадження дистанційних навчальних курсів в навчальний процес Національної школи суддів України, яка розробляється в рамках програми HELP. В Україні в серпні цього року Президентом України була затверджена національна стратегія у сфері прав людини. І Національна школа суддів України велику увагу приділяє вивченню і застосуванню Європейської конвенції з захисту прав людини і основоположних свобод і практики Європейського суду при здійсненні правосуддя нашими суддями.
Corruption has been a problem in several Eastern Partnership countries, but several PCF projects are working to correct that. In Armenia, there is a project to tackle corruption in higher education, which will produce a code of ethics for universities.
Unfortunately, many of young people, and not only young people, they still do not have this 100% and strong attitude that this is not correct behavior. For many of them, when they get marks without the proper knowledge, with the support of some friends, relatives, they don't consider this as a very bad thing. And we need to make this cultural change in behavior. We need to make changes in attitudes of students, of young people, and I think this code of ethics can be the important base, important foundation to make this cultural change.
Meanwhile, in Azerbaijan, there's a project to strengthen the administration's capacities to fight and prevent corruption. It's one of 4 PCF reform projects in the country. One aspect is to reform the transparency of funding of political parties. Here, political parties are learning more about good practices from Europe, with Azerbaijan's Central Election Commission and with the media taking an active interest.
I think we have seen the results of the Central Election Commission's activities in this field, and I think we will see more and more results as a consequence of these kind of projects. And especially, we are very closely cooperating with Council of Europe office in Baku in this direction. And I think also it's included in the action plan between Azerbaijan and the Council of Europe. That's why we think we will achieve much better results.
In Moldova, the Council of Europe is helping lawyers to create a fully functioning, self-governing bar association. This ensures that lawyers police their own profession, maintaining ethical and legal standards upon which Moldovan citizens can rely.
Am avut susținerea a 3 experți individuați de Consiliul Europei pe diferite domenii și aici o să accentuăm domeniul managementului intern, adică aparatului intern, care la momentul de față este defectuos sau să spunem aproape inexistent. Avem susținere pe marginea instruirii continue și inițiale a avocaților și în afară de aceasta avem susținerea și aportul unui expert pe marginea disciplinii sau eticii profesionale a avocaților.
For the reforms to work and to be sustainable, law enforcement is also important. It means helping those who must enforce the laws with how best to tackle things like financial crime. Take Georgia, for instance. Here, law enforcement officials are undergoing a training session on corporate criminal liability.
ეკონომიკური დანაშაული ზიანის მომტანია ქართველებისთვის ისევე როგორც ნებისმიერი სხვა ეროვნების წარმომადგენლებისთვის, ვინაიდან უშუალოდ ზიანს, პირდაპირ ზიანს, ეკონომიკურ ზიანს აყენებს მატერიალური სახით ძირითადად მოსახლეობა, შესაბამისად ბუნებრივია, ჩვენი ერის ინტერესებშიც არის მსგავსი დანაშაულის როგორც რეაგირება, ასევე გარკვეული ღონისძიებების გატარება პრევენციის კუთხით. რაშიც გვეხმარებათ დღევანდელი ტრენინგი და ძალიან დიდი მადლობა მინდა გადაუხადო მათ ამისთვის.
The training has also taken place in Belarus, which is the only country in the Eastern Partnership which is not a member of the Council of Europe. The PCF projects also deal with such issues as health and welfare of prisoners. As in other countries, health facilities in this Armenian prison are not well equipped and medical staff make do, although prisoners face the same health issues as other citizens. It's something the authorities take seriously.
Concerning healthcare services, we need also to ensure existence of appropriate equipment, medical equipment in our medical institutions, and also very important issue is to ensure existence of medical doctors, appropriate medical doctors, nurses, and appropriate retraining program for them, because in every country it's very important to have this continuous medical education for doctors, and especially doctors, prison doctors.
The PCF programme is aimed at strengthening the capacity and the knowledge of staff about European standards of healthcare, medical ethics and human rights. As well as these country-specific projects, the Programmatic Cooperation Framework also has several regional projects, which bring together participants from the 6 countries to share their experience and good practices, including the fight against cybercrime, data protection, elections and local democracy, amongst many others.
Здесь присутствует Молдова, Армения, Азербайджан, Грузия, Украина. И это дает возможность подружиться, узнать друга, перенять опыт друг у друга и сделать как бы общие выводы, как работать дальше.
These projects are helping countries reform their laws and practices, and these are reforms that the countries themselves want to see applied. At the end of the day, all participants must remember who it's for.
We should not forget that we are working for the citizens. All the organizations, even if sometimes they seem bureaucratic and distant, I think that the final beneficiary is the citizen.
These are just some examples of the work the Council of Europe and European Union are undertaking with countries in the Eastern Partnership. There's still a lot to do, but a lot has already been achieved. Attitudes have changed, as have expectations. The citizens of the Eastern Partnership countries know about European standards and want to enjoy the same rights and privileges as their neighbours to the West.